1. Tuesday, June 24th. Erica Bergman stood in front of the mirror in the sparsely furnished room, carefully brushing her long hair. She pulled with firm, rhythmic strokes to get it smooth and shiny. Not that it really mattered. He would muss it up as soon as he had the chance. She looked at her well-proportioned body with satisfaction. Years of regular yoga training had paid off. She picked out a bra and panties with care. A wave went through her belly as she thought about what would happen later that evening. Erica smiled to herself. This wasn't exactly the kind of training she'd had in mind when she'd signed up for the yoga retreat on Gran Canaria. She looked out the window at the mountains, which towered all around, thousands of feet high. The slopes were covered with fruit orchards, and beyond that was the glistening water of the Atlantic. Her surroundings were uncommonly green for the southern part of Gran Canaria. Plantings of bananas, papayas, squash, tomatoes, oranges, and lemons extended down toward the rocky beach. Here, out of the way, removed from the tourist complexes with their discos, bars, and nightclubs, was the Samsara Soul Yoga Center. The center was almost completely hidden by an old wall that provided both seclusion and protection from unwelcome guests. Erica would be here for 2 months, far from everything and everyone. She planned to devote herself solely to training, massage, walks, sunbathing, and swimming. Get into balance so she could go on with her life. She already felt that she was heading in the right direction. When she had arrived here a few weeks before, she'd been a wreck. She hadn't counted on a romance. That was an unexpected bonus. She set down the brush and applied a little red lipstick, took out one of the few dresses she had packed and slipped into it, put on the high heels, checked the clock. It was almost time. There was a sudden movement at the window, a quick, soundless shadow gliding past. Right outside, so close that it almost grazed the glass. She stiffened, saw her face in the mirror, and recognized the harried gaze. She thought she had flown away from it, left it behind in Sweden. But it had followed her, a paralyzing feeling that someone had their eyes on her, that she had to look around before she went out, that she needed to lock the door behind her. It didn't take much. She stood quietly while she listened for sounds, but it was silent, almost unpleasantly so. It was rare that anyone walked past her room, which was at the far end of the building, with a window facing toward a narrow space where there were only some bushes. She sensed another movement from the corner of her eye. It was almost like a feeling, but there was something there. She hadn't been imagining things. She felt a shiver from the nape of her neck down along her back. Carefully, she slipped up to the window and peeked out in both directions. A lizard scampered on the ground and disappeared under the bushes. She stood there a while, peering out the window. Something was hiding among the trees farther off toward the wall that surrounded the center. Her heart beat faster. Then she saw it, coming out from the bushes, eagerly nosing along the ground. It was big and shabby-looking, with a dusty brown coat. Erica heaved a sigh of relief. It was only a dog.